Hello students, here we will solve the example that find the Euler circuit for the graph using Fleury's algorithm. This graph is given to us here. So let's solve this solution. What does it say? As you can observe, since the degree of, first of all you should check this, degree of each vertex is even. So this says graph contains an Euler circuit. If this is then and then, you can go further, otherwise it doesn't happen. Okay, so what are the steps? Step, remaining graph, and edge is traced. So let me do the columns here. Now start okay, here let us start at V1. And trace edge E1. Suppose I am tracing edge E1 first. So I want to draw E1 in this one, right? V1, V2, V5, V3, V4. V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. I won't draw E1. Simply I will draw other edges. Okay, E1 will be drawn here. Sorry, here one parallel edge is left. This is V2, right? So let me draw that edge E1 here. It is between V1 to V2, right? Here these are left. Which one? E8. This is E7, E6, E5, E4, E3, and this is E2. Okay. Now we come at V2 now. So now let us trace E2. Trace E2. Suppose we are tracing edge E2. So what is left here? So this is E8, E7, E6, E3. These are left here. V1 to V2, E1, and V2 to V3. Sorry, it is as such E2. This one, right? Now let's trace E6. Let's trace E6. Then what happen? It will give us V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. So E8 is here, right? E7. I am tracing E6. So other one I'll keep as it is. This is E4, this is E5, right? So now I am tracing E6. So here V1, V2, V3, V4, these are there. So this is E1, E2 and then E6. We reach it here, right? Now let us trace E7. So again, step remaining graph, edges traced. So trace E7 now. Okay, so what is the remaining graph? V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, right? So this E8, I am tracing E7, so these are left. This is E3, this is E4. This is V5, V4, V3, V2, V1. Okay, so now here we are tracing which is, that is E7. So this is E1, E2, E6, E7. Now V4 is an isolated, so we will erase that one. That is our next step. Here let me denote the vertices V5, right? So now erase what? V4. Erasing V4, we get this graph will be as such, right? This edge, okay, V1, V2, V3, V5, but here it will be same as above, we can say. Okay, then what are the edges here? E8, E5, E4, E3. Now we reach up to V5, tracing E7. Now let's trace E4, as such we will come. Let's trace E4. Trace E4. So what does it gives? This is V1, V5, okay, these one, E5, E3, this is V2, V3, okay. What is the graph here? The graph is here. V5, V4, V3, V2, V1. So here E1, this is E2, E6, E7 and then E4. Okay, so now next, now here we have been traced E4. So now we reach to V3. So let's trace E3, then E5, then V1. So trace E3. So what is the remaining graph? this one. Here V3, V2, V5 and V1. So edges left E8 and E5, right? So this is E8 here, remember. So now what is the graph here? So V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. So here V1 to V2 we have interest E1, then we have interest here E2, right? Then E6, E7, then E4 and now E3 as such. So now this will become an isolated vertex. So erase that. First erase V3. Erasing V3 we get the graph will be simply as such. V1, V5, V2. This is E8 and E5. So this is same as above. Now we reach at V2. So trace E5. Trace E5. So what does it the graph? V1, V2 simply region. This is V2, V1, V5. This is E8, right? What about this? It will be this is previous part, right? V4, V5, V1, E2, E3, E6, E7, E4. You know how does we go, right? Now E5 is there. E5 between V2, V5. So E5 is this. Okay. Now this is isolated. So let us erase it. Erase V2. Erasing V2, what we get? Simply V1, V5 and the age is E8. This is same as above. Same as above. Now let's trace E8. So trace E8. So what does it use? V1, V5, right? Simply. Now here the graph. E1, E2, E6, E7, E4, then E3, E5, then E8. You know the vertices. Okay. At last erase V1 and V5. So nothing is left here. This is same as above. Here our algorithm finishes. So what does it use? The required Euler circuit is what? We have been started at V1, then traced E1, right? Then V2, E2, V3, E6, V4, E7, V5, E4, V3, E3, V2, right? E5, V5, E8, and then V1, then V1. So this is our Euler circuit. Now it is not required that this is unique one. You can trace the different one also. Now let me give the examples as a homework to you of this kind. Homework: find Euler circuit for the graph using Flery's algorithm. Always remember, first of all you have to check is the degree of the each vertex is even or not, then go further. Okay, so let the graph is suppose V1, okay. Now suppose the edges are E1, E2, E3, E4, suppose, then E5, E6, E7, E8, E9, and this one more, E10. This is the graph suppose. Now find Euler circuit for this. Check this vertex has a degree 4, 4. Here also 4, 4, here 2. So degrees are even. So we can say it has an Euler circuit. So determine that one. Okay. So here we will stop for this. Next video we will see the Hamilton path and Hamilton circuit. What is it? What is Euler circuit? Euler circuit is such a circuit in which from each edge we will go once only, right? Vertex may be repeated, but the edge will come once only. That is Euler circuit. Okay. Now the next one, let's see about the Hamilton path and Hamilton circuit. Thank you.